Okay fellas, so today's conditioning workout is an AMRAP, and of course AMRAP stands for as many reps as possible. You're going to have 18 minutes to get as many reps done as you possibly can. So you're going to have 4 exercises. You can do 10 reps on each exercise, taking as little rest as possible, and then repeat those 4 exercises, doing 10 reps on each, trying to get the best maximum score you can in the 18-minute time cap. Okay fellas, here come the exercises. Okay, so this is our technique and progressions for press ups. So the first option is on the knees. I'll show you from the side. So we're on the knees, hands are shoulder width apart. Okay, body's nice and straight. As we lower down, the elbows stay tight to the body and the body goes down completely straight. Okay, so we're not hinging at the hips at all. It's a straight line from the shoulder all the way down to my knees, and we're up and down, keeping the elbows tucked in nice and tight. Okay, the next progression up is to go onto the toes. So technique points are the same, hands are shoulder width apart. This time we're on the toes, body is completely straight, and as we come down, again, elbows stay tucked in, and we go up and down as one straight unit. Okay, so the next progression up from that is a shoulder tap. From here, okay, technique points are the same, hands are shoulder width apart. We're going to go down, as we come up, tap the opposite shoulder, down, tap the opposite shoulder. I'll show you that one from the front as well. So from here, we're down into that press up, as we come up we tap, and tap. Okay, the key with the shoulder tap is to keep your body as still as possible during the shoulder tap. It's really challenging to stop you swaying too much side to side. Okay, really tough work on the core. So those are our progressions and our techniques for press ups. Okay, so this is our technique and progression for squats. So the setup for squats is feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turning out. For our bodyweight version, we're going to have our hands across our shoulders here. Okay, the movement is initiated by pressing the hips back. That takes us down into the squat. We then bend the knees. So from here, we press the hips back, bend the knees, and down we go, and drive back up. So hips back, bend the knees, drive back up. From the side, I'll show you that. From here, first movement is hips back, down into that squat, always from the hips. Okay, so the main points with a squat are: make sure the weight's in the heels of your feet, make sure your chest is up throughout, and make sure your knees are tracking outwards instead of rolling inwards. Okay, so just to show you that, chest is up, okay, weight's in the heels of my feet, knees are moving outwards as I go down into that squat. So that's our bodyweight version. The next progression up from that is use 1 kettlebell. So we take the kettlebell, hold it tight into the chest. Technique points remain the same. So weight in the heels, chest up, knees tracking out as we go down into that squat. Okay, very important to keep your chest up as you squat, so you're not rolling forward with that weight. From the side, you'll see the same, chest is up, weight is in the heels, knees are tracking out to the side. Okay, so that's our single kettlebell progression there. The next progression up is to go to sandbag, so go to 1 sandbag, grab it in the corners, bring it up, technique points remain the same, elbows are high, we go down into that squat with weight in the heels. That's our sandbag progression. I'll show you from the side. Elbows are high, weight is in the heels of the feet. That's our sandbag progression. The next progression up from there is go double loaded with kettlebells. So we bring the kettlebells up, rest them in the crooks of the arms. Technique points are the same, chest up, weight in the heels, knees tracking outwards as we go down into that squat. Try and keep the hands nice and close together, and I'll show you from the side. Chest up, weight in the heels, knees tracking out. That is our double kettlebell squat. Okay, so those are the technique and the progression for squats. Okay, so this is technique and progression for Gecko. So we're going to go down onto the floor to a press up position. from here, the first option is you're going to bring your knee round, touch your toe on the floor and touch your elbow with your knee and back, and then onto the other side. Okay, making sure we keep our body nice and straight and solid as we do so, touching the toe down and touching the knee with the elbow. So that's option one. Progression up from that, same setup position, press up position. This time as you touch, you're going to have your foot off the ground and back again and go to the opposite side. Every time the foot comes up, the knee comes up, you're going to turn around and look at it. It just gives you a little twist in the body, gets the abs and the obliques working a little bit harder. So the final progression up from that is we're going to press up, so we're going to bend the arms. So same setup position, as we come round, we go down into a press up, back up, and to the other side. Okay, so we're looking, we're pressing, and we're bringing that knee round. So those are techniques and progressions for Gecko. Okay, so this is the technique for high knees. The idea with high knees is that we're going to get our knees up to hip height every time, and we're going to drive our arms, okay, because fast arms equals fast legs. So I'll show you from the side. What we want is running on the spot, but knees coming up all the way to hip height and pumping the arms at the same time. So the count with high knees is always, every time the right leg raises up is 1 rep. So that is the technique for high knees.